Have you ever wondered what it really means when a man feels like home? Not just the excitement of chemistry or the thrill of flirting, but a deep, stabilizing presence that makes you feel safe, seen, and fully yourself. Many people mistake passion for connection, yet a true home-like feeling is far subtler, steadier, and more meaningful. Today, we'll explore the signs, behaviors, and deeper patterns that reveal when a man isn't just interested in you, but when he genuinely embodies a sense of home. The first and most obvious indicator is consistent signs of affection. A man who feels like home doesn't just offer occasional compliments or fleeting attention. His interest is steady and intentional. He lingers in your gaze, teases you playfully, or makes subtle gestures like brushing away hair from your face or offering a reassuring touch that show he genuinely enjoys your presence. These are signs that he's emotionally invested. Body language cues are another essential indicator. Observe how he positions himself around you. If he leans in when you speak, mirrors your movements, or instinctively occupies space near you, it demonstrates comfort and connection. His body relaxes around you, showing trust and ease. A man who feels like home is physically present in a way that mirrors emotional security. Communication is a cornerstone. A man who feels like home will initiate conversations and maintain regular contact, not as an obligation but as a reflection of his interest and care. He checks in without being prompted, engages in meaningful dialogue, and remembers what you've shared with him. This consistency is key. It demonstrates that he prioritizes your connection even amid life's distractions. Thoughtful gestures go beyond grand romantic moves. Remembering small details, your favorite coffee, a story from your childhood, or a stressful deadline shows he listens attentively and values your life as much as his own. These actions reflect emotional intelligence and the kind of care that builds trust and intimacy over time. Emotional support is another defining feature. He is present during your challenges, offering a listening ear, practical help, or comfort without expecting anything in return. A man who feels like home is not intimidated by your vulnerability. He meets it with steadiness and reassurance. Another sign is future-oriented thinking. When a man talks about plans that include you, be it a weekend trip, an event, or life goals, it signals that he sees you as more than a temporary companion. He's envisioning a shared life, and that inclusion reflects emotional investment, not just surface-level attraction. He prioritizes your comfort and well-being. You'll notice him intuitively adjusting to your moods, offering support when you're stressed, and ensuring that your environment feels safe and calm. He does these things without expecting recognition or repayment. It's simply part of how he cares. A man who feels like home is genuinely interested in your inner world. He asks about your goals, fears, and aspirations and listens actively without rushing to provide solutions. He values the depth of your mind and emotions, which reflects a desire for real intimacy, not just companionship. Notice how he treats the people around you. Respect, patience, and kindness to friends, family, and even strangers reveal his core character. How he interacts with others often mirrors how he will treat you in more vulnerable moments. Consistent integrity in social settings is a strong indicator of emotional maturity. He also participates in shared responsibilities naturally, whether it's planning a date, helping with household tasks, or making decisions together. A man who feels like home contributes without keeping score. He values partnership, effort, and collaboration rather than dominance or control. Space and independence are another hallmark. He trusts you to pursue your passions, maintain friendships, and make your own choices while staying connected. This balance fosters a healthy relationship dynamic where intimacy grows organically without suffocation. A man who feels like home values authenticity over performance. He doesn't pretend to impress or hide vulnerability. His words, actions, and energy are aligned. This transparency fosters trust and allows you to feel comfortable being yourself. He respects boundaries. He does not pressure you to compromise your values, desires, or comfort for convenience. Instead, he honors your autonomy, allowing you to maintain your individuality while still feeling connected. Clear and honest communication is essential. Whether discussing feelings, plans, or conflict, he expresses himself transparently. You shouldn't need to guess his intentions because he creates clarity naturally. How he handles conflict reveals emotional maturity. He listens, reflects, and seeks resolution without defensiveness or blame. He understands that disagreements are opportunities for growth, not threats to the relationship. Small, consistent gestures matter. Checking in after a long day, remembering important dates, or simply being present without expectation all indicate that he values the shared life and experiences between you. He makes you feel seen and understood. Beyond compliments, he recognizes your moods, emotional cues, and subtle shifts in energy. He doesn't rush you or dismiss your feelings. He provides a safe space to exist fully. Supporting your growth is also crucial. He celebrates achievements, encourages dreams, and inspires you to pursue goals without ego or control. A man who feels like home wants to see you thrive, and your success brings him joy rather than insecurity. He appreciates the ordinary moments. Life with him doesn't rely on grand gestures or constant excitement. Even a quiet evening or a simple walk feels meaningful and comforting. Presence, rather than performance, defines his affection. Consistency over time is essential. Chemistry may flare and fade, but a man who feels like home demonstrates emotional stability. His care, attention, and support persist, creating a foundation of trust. He creates a safe emotional environment. You can share your inner thoughts without fear of judgment. He doesn't require performance or perfection. He provides steadiness, reliability, and genuine connection. Look for alignment between words, actions, and energy. If he says one thing but his energy feels inconsistent, it's worth noting. A man who feels like home matches his words with his presence, creating trust without constant verification. Mutual respect and partnership are key. Decisions, responsibilities, and emotional labor are shared. He collaborates rather than dominates, listens instead of dismissing, and creates space for equality and understanding. Finally, he enhances your sense of self rather than defining it. A man who feels like home allows you to remain whole, supported, and safe. Your happiness isn't dependent on him, but your life together feels easier and more fulfilling because of his presence. Observe how he reacts to stress or uncertainty. A man who feels like home doesn't panic or withdraw. He stays grounded, communicates clearly, and approaches problems calmly. This stability reassures you that he can handle life's challenges without destabilizing your emotional space. Also, notice how he celebrates your quirks, habits, and individuality. A man who feels like home values authenticity and doesn't try to change or fix you. He accepts you as you are, and this acceptance fosters deep emotional safety. Another sign is how he handles your silence. When a man feels like home, he does not rush to fill quiet moments with noise or distractions. He understands that comfort thrives in stillness. Sitting beside you in peaceful silence feels natural to him. He does not interpret your quietness as distance or disinterest. Instead, he senses your emotional rhythm and adjusts to it with patience and warmth. Pay attention to how he responds to your emotional needs without being asked. A man who feels like home anticipates when you are overwhelmed or tired, offering gentle reassurance or practical help before you even voice it. He pays attention to details that others miss: your subtle sighs, your change in tone, or the way you hold yourself when something is weighing on your heart. His support is intuitive, calm, and free of judgment. Recognizing a man who feels like home isn't about chemistry alone, it's about patterns, consistency, and alignment between words, energy, and actions. If he demonstrates care, emotional intelligence, and steadiness, you feel grounded and safe in his presence. And if he doesn't, honor your own river. Being at home begins within yourself, and the right connection will simply feel like returning to the life you already deserve.